If you are a Nigerian living in Nigeria and you are looking into applying for a remote job in a company that is abroad, then this video is for you. I am going to be giving you a checklist of things that you should put in place before you even start revamping your CV and start applying for that job. I really feel this video will be very beneficial for you, so keep on watching. Hello beautiful people, welcome to my channel. If you are a subscriber, welcome back to another video. My name is Ada and I make faith-based and lifestyle content, and from the title of this video you already know what we're about to do, so let's get straight into it. But hold on, I know that somebody is going to come and ask me, Ada, how can I get a remote job? See, I've already made a video on that and I still get a lot of questions like that. So please, if you want to watch that video, just click the link here and you can go there and watch the video. But for this video, we're going to be talking about a checklist of things that you should have before applying for that job. In no particular order, number one, time zone. I feel like a lot of Nigerians, when they're applying for jobs, like they don't really care about the time zone. All they care about is let the company be abroad and let me earn in dollars. And take it from me, as somebody that has been working for a company in India and I've been working on IST timing, you definitely want to go for a country that the timing will allow you work in the daytime in Nigeria. Let me tell you why. There's something called sleep deprivation, and I'm sure you feel like, oh, if I apply, should be my working hours are just going to be from 8 p.m. in the night to 3 a.m. in the morning, then I can have the rest of my day to myself. Your brain will lose capacity to work on its own. I have experienced sleep deprivation when I started working in this company because I was not able to balance my timing well. But now timing is not even an issue for me. In fact, I do not even know what it is to work in Nigerian timing anymore. So please try and pick a country that the time zone will favor you and you can work in the daytime. Apart from sleep deprivation, there's no lights in Nigeria. So just imagine that your own time zone is like in the night or in the midnight, and then you have to have a meeting where you have to show your face. How are you going to do that if there is no light? How are you going to do that if you're going to be disturbing everybody in your house? That's if you don't live alone. Like, there are so many factors that will disturb you and working will not be enjoyable for you. So please pick a time zone that will allow you work in the daytime. Even if it's really early to at least in the afternoon, it's still okay. Like my time zone now, I work on IST timing, meaning that my work starts from 4:30 a.m. in the morning and ends at 1 p.m. in the afternoon, which is still very okay for me, right? But anything way past that, I think you're stretching it. I think you're stretching it. If you say you want to start working in the midnight, I don't think it's favor you at all. Don't even start. Don't start what you cannot finish, because you definitely cannot finish it. Number two, bank account. This is another thing that Nigerians struggle with a lot, is getting paid internationally. And I know that there are so many applications now that help with that, but to be honest, I cannot recommend anyone for you. Why? Because I have not used it personally. I do not feel comfortable receiving a major source of income into a random app that does not have any physical location that I can go and fight in case anything goes wrong. I'm sorry, I know I'm still maybe in the olden days or whatever, but please, I like to see my money. I like to know where my money is being kept. Okay, so me personally, I just use a regular bank account, a domiciliary account specifically. You can also do that, but if you also have recommendations of really good apps that can help people receive money internationally, you can drop the name below. I don't want to drop anyone, even though I know a lot, but I've not used anyone, so I cannot recommend to you guys what I have not used. What I'll recommend is to open a domiciliary account and just let it be. At least you know that if your money lost, you can go to the bank and fight. But all this online stuff, see, they can just close that one day and all your major source of income is there. So I don't know. If you're a freelancer and you're collecting chickly here and there, you can do that. But if you know that this is your major source of income, I would not advise you to do that. That's just me though. I'm not a financial advisor. This is just me speaking from my personal experience. Third on my list is gadgets. Very important. Everybody knows that you need a laptop. But what type of laptop? Now, I'm not going to recommend any specific make, but I would say let your laptop have certain things. First of all, let the battery be good. let the battery be good. If you know your laptop is all those laptop that if you remove the charger it will die, if you put charger it will come on, don't bother doing it. I promise you, please do not bother. Next is let it have a good camera and good audio, right? Let your microphone be working, let your camera be working, so you don't look like you are calling from Mars whenever you do like a Zoom call, a Teams call, a Google Meet. You want to look crisp and nice. The laptop should also be one that can take the latest Windows, depending on what you are applying for. Like I said, remote job is not just one niche. There are so many niches, right? So many types of jobs that can be remote. But depending on your job, make sure your laptop is able to carry the facilities that can help you do your job very, very well. You don't want ancient of days as old as you are. If you know that that's the laptop you have, please start saving for a new laptop, because I don't know if most companies will want to send a laptop from their state to your state. They might though, but there's a very high chance that they will prefer if you have your own laptop. Fourth thing on my list is electricity. If you are Nigerian, I don't need to go into this too much because you already know that we do not have constant light here. Now, I know some people live in places where they do like all this service charge and they give you 247 lights and all that. Cool if you have that. But if you don't have that, please make sure you have generator. Make sure you have generator, make sure you have fuel, make sure that you have maybe solar, right? Just have another source of light apart from NEPA that you can always rely on if NEPA should disappoint you, right? Like I said, you definitely, if you are using a laptop that you know that if you remove the charger it will stop working, if you put it back it will start working, then you will know that you need electricity. Another option is looking for a really affordable workspace around you. I know that there are many workspaces, and lowest you can find is maybe like 2,000. I don't know if there's any workspace that charges 1.5, but places charge 2,000, 2,500, 3,000 and upwards, depending on the location, depending on the place you go, and depending on the whatever they want to give you, the facilities they want to give you anyways. You can find a good workspace to make up for that. But to be more economical and realistic, I would say go for generator and have fuel on standby. Just imagine you're about to enter a meeting and they take the lights. You start running to the workspace before you dress up, before you do, the meeting has finished. So just have generator, have solar, have another source of lighting that you can rely on, at least to power your laptop. That's the major thing here, powering your laptop. Fifth thing on my list is data. I know that this is one thing that a lot of people struggle with in Nigeria. What service network to use? For me, I've been using MTN router since I started this job. I've not used anything else, and it has been amazing for me. I know some people have used it and they've had other reviews, but I don't know if it's my location or anything, but I have never had an issue with using my MTN router. Just look for just do some research and know the network that works best in your area and get that router. The reason why I prefer the 5G router from MTN is because it works with and without electricity. Obviously the battery can die, but even after they take light it can still run for a good while before it dies. That's why I like it. I would not recommend getting any Wi-Fi source that goes off with the light, comes on with the light. You definitely do not want that. If not, you will run your gen for so long until the end of the day. You don't want to do that. You definitely don't want to do that. So go for the one that can work without light and with light, right? Last thing on my list is culture. There will be a lot of culture shocks, but to save you in advance, I will advise that you come with an open mind. The work culture in Nigeria is way different from the work culture in any other country. I want you to have an open mind, adjust, learn, unlearn, relearn. You understand? Because if you want to talk about like culture shocks that I had working remotely with an Indian company, I can make a whole another video on that, because I don't know if you will end up working with an Indian company. You might work with a company in America, in Spain, in Germany or something, so I can't give you that. If you want me to make a whole video on that, I can do that, but I will say that there will be a lot of culture shocks, a lot of things that you have to learn, a lot of things that you have to unlearn, a lot of things that you realize that are not normal. They are actually toxic, and you've just been taking it in your Nigerian workspace. I don't want to get into that. And then you go into another workspace and you're like, wow, I was actually suffering. But let me just keep that for another day or for a conversation that we'll never have. But I'll just say have an open mind, because there are so many things that will be changing in the workforce when you are working in another country. Okay, I've come to the end of this video, and I hope it's not too long. I know people have really short attention span, and I know you guys just came here because you want to hear the checklist and get out, which is fine though. I ain't complaining, but I hope it was really beneficial to you. If you have any other question, please ask in the comment section. I'm always happy to answer this type of questions. In fact, I always get questions like this, but I just don't want to make my channel fully about career and remote working. I just want to be a part of my channel, not the base of my channel. But please ask your question in the comment section. I'll be so happy to answer them. If you got to this point of the video, please, 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 please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and also, most importantly, share to your friends, your family, your church member, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, anybody that you can think of, your cousin. Share to them, okay? Because everybody wants to make money, everybody wants to start earning in dollars. Okay, so give them this list, so at least they can check all those things off their list before they start applying. Okay, okay then, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Toodles. Mwah.